Hey guys, I know you're like, wow, this has he uploaded 2 videos in one day. Yes, I'm gonna do better for you guys. I've had some time. I have like 11 days off, and I've been BSing because every day I've been like, I'm gonna do a video today. I'm gonna get up and do a video today. I'm gonna get up and do a video today. But if you follow me on Snapchat, you know I did like a video interview, and so I had my whole setup done, and I was like, I might as well do a video today because everything's already set up. So what I'm going to talk about is, as in the title, it's a Tales from the Jump Seat. I did have a blanket thrown at me, guys, and it was, as much as it's like, bitch, you're talking about a blanket being thrown at you? Okay, so I'm going to get into it. I'm all comfy. I'm in like black tights and a tank top. Okay, so you guys know sometimes as a flight attendant, you deal with crazy stuff. And stick passengers isn't crazy. It's not something that's crazy. You get them all the time, whether it be motion sickness, whether they ate something bad. Sometimes you get people who come on normal, but by the time they land, they're drunk. So to get into it, I was working first class on a flight and I get a call saying that we had a passenger in the back sick. So the excuse was, they said they just got back from Cancun. They were just really sick. They must have had bad Mexican food, this and another. If you've been to Mexico, you will understand. Sometimes you get a bad batch of food. Sometimes you drink the water and you're not supposed to. Like sometimes some things go down and you can get sick. So we took it at that. We took it as this man was telling the truth, that he wasn't feeling well, that he had bad food coming, when he was in Cancun, he just wasn't feeling well. So I'm working for it. I get the call and I was like, well, just let me know. The ladies in the back took care of him. My other flight attendant was up front with me, so we never really dealt with him. He was all the way, this aircraft sits almost 200 people. So we were in the front where row 1 is. They were in the back where row 34 was. So we're just keeping open lines of communication just in case we have to stop boarding and let the family off. You just never know what's going to happen, just in case we have to stop boarding and have paramedics come on. When somebody's sick, you just have to just be on alert that other stuff may happen or need to transpire before you leave. So they say he's fine. They give him 2 bottles of water. They try to get him together, because if you're throwing up and you're nauseous, you need fluids because you're losing them. So they tried to take care of him the best way they knew how. They were like, we're not going to put you off because you just have an upset stomach. Because anybody else, it's their discretion. Like if you're like, oh, you're sick, you can't go. It was a 30-minute flight. I asked the captain, he said, if you're good with it, then we're fine. We have enough places to divert if something happens. I said, okay, cool. So he's good with it. I'm good with it. So I get another call, and they ask for an extra blanket. They know we don't have extra blankets, but to be courteous to the customer, to not show that they don't care, they called up and asked. I was like, no, I don't see anybody has thrown their blanket in the overhead bin or anything, and I didn't have any extra up there. So I'm sorry. I was like, no. But in all reality, we're not supposed to take the blankets from first class to main cabin because we don't have enough to if we have an extra blanket, it's because somebody in first class has given up their blanket. It's not because they put extras in the overhead bins like they did when I was younger, when I used to fly. Like when I was on Cathay Pacific, they had blankets for everybody, but we don't. The only time we do have blankets for everybody is on international flights or flights to Hawaii, just long range flights, because it gets cold and it is long, and just long range flights are the only time we have blankets across the cabins. So of course I let them know I don't have an extra blanket. I was like, I apologize. I was like, I just don't have an extra blanket, but I'll try to keep it comfortable back there so it won't be super cold. So go through the flight. Flight's 45 minutes. Good flight. Everything's good. Good. No issues. I checked on the I called to check on the passenger. They said he was fine. Everything's good. Good. Preparing to land. Good. Land. Good. Deplaning. Horrible. Oh my gosh. So as people are deplaning, I hear cursing. Like cursing. Like I curse, but this was like the cursing you do to somebody when they have genuinely pissed you the hell off. Like cursing. So we're trying to see who it is, but everybody's deplaning. So we're trying to watch deplaning, when you're deplaning, you still have to make sure you're watching the cockpit. So everything, you're just trying to keep aware of what's going on. So he's deplaning, the family deplanes, and the person cursing has stopped cursing at this time, but he cursed out one of the flight attendants in the back. Two of us are in the front with deplaning, saying our goodbyes and thank yous to everybody, and the guy gets up to the front. People will do anything with their blanket besides use it. So someone stuffed their blanket in their seat back pocket, because you never know, you may want to use it. That's why you put it in the seat back pocket instead of throwing it in the overhead bin, because you may take it out the seat back pocket, open it up, and put it on yourself. So he sees this blanket in the seat back pocket, takes it out the seat back pocket, and he was like, "You didn't have any fucking extra blankets, did you?" And he chunks it at my face, but it didn't hit my face. It was like like seeing something in slow motion, and I just giggle, but I'm like, really? But I did not know this was the man that was sick at all. So, because I never saw him. So my coworker saw him and interacted with him in the back, and he was like, "Y'all didn't fucking take care of me. You didn't do anything." And he was like, "Was it not my coworkers who got you your 2 bottles of water? Make sure you had sparkling water. Checked on you, this and another." And he's literally just screaming all these obscenities at my coworker, and it's just crazy. And he was like, "Assaulting a flight attendant is an offense. It's a federal offense." And he was like, he said, "I don't give a fuck." And I'm sitting here thinking, just stand in front of the cockpit, because I don't know if this guy is trying to chunk a blanket at me so he can steal the plane. I don't know. Like, when you become a flight attendant, everything that happens, you think, I have to make sure the flight deck is safe. I have to make sure other passengers are safe. So he gets off the plane. My coworker follows him off the plane, and he follows him up the jet bridge. Make sure he's off the jet bridge so he can't come back down. So we're getting off the plane, where we do our final checks, and my other coworker in the back said, "Well, he cursed me out," and she's just like flabbergasted, because she was like, "I did everything I was supposed to, I helped." She said, "I checked on him throughout the flight, I made sure, his wife and his kids weren't getting sick too, because supposedly they all had the same thing, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, "It's okay. It's okay. The flight's over. It's okay. We'll do a report. It's okay." So we get off the flight, and the gate agents were like, "Some flight, huh?" No, we were like, "He didn't say anything the entire flight. The whole 45 minutes, he never said anything. He said he was good." And they were like, "Yeah, he cursed us out too, and we were just saying goodbye. Did you need gate information?" So we laugh it off, and I was like, I may need to do a report, because he may do a complaint, but I need to let them know that, something happened, and what happened from the time we boarded to the time we landed. So I know that's coming. So we are waiting outside for our van, and I'm on the phone with my husband, because that's usually what I do when I get done whenever I'm on my last leg and going to the hotel. If he's at work, I text him and be like, "Hey, I'm waiting for the van." If he's not at work, I call him. So I call him and tell him what's going on. His first response was, "Do I need to be on a flight to Boston?" And I'm like, "It's a blanket." So it's like wasn't a shoe. I wasn't Cardi B. Like it's a blanket. So I was like, "I'm fine." But I look over, and the guy and his family had circled back to where we were standing, and he's home. He's done. It's not like he's going to catch another flight. He's standing feet from where we're standing, and just yelling all these things and obscenities and stuff, to the point where people went and got the police for us. And I'm like, and the police are like, do you want to press charges? Do you want? And I'm like, it wasn't that serious. But he's like, he, it was one of those things where it was like, this is what people, it's kind of like you're seeing something that you see online, and you're like, people aren't really like that. But you see, sometimes people are really like that. And so the police stay with us until our van comes. And he was like, our van comes and it has the hotel name across it, which is horrible at this time. And he tells my coworker, who's a man, he was like, boy, now I know where you're staying tonight. You're in my city, so I'll come see you. And the police just went off. He was like, y'all go get in your van, this, that, and other. And he snatches the dude up. And it was one of the things that made me realize, like, I go through experiences, like I've been called a bitch, I've been called all kind of stuff, but for somebody to literally threaten one of my coworkers to come see him, like to literally come see him and try to fight him at a place we're staying for the night for no more than 12 hours over a blanket that he hit me with, like, it's crazy. So you just have to be prepared for those things. Like, sometimes Tales from the Jump Seats are funny stories, and sometimes they're just serious shit. Like, it is what it is. Like, this was like my third trip back, and I was like, what the fuck did I get myself back into? And it made me realize, like, flight crew, we're family. At the end of the day, we're family. We take care of our own. Like, he could have easily been like, oh, you okay? Okay, well, let's go. Like, but he literally stepped up to the plate to make sure I was okay and defended me as if I was a sister. Like, we're family. And that's the moral of the story is, at the end of the day, your flight family is usually your family for life. Regardless if you see them for one trip and don't see them for 5 years, or if you see them, me and this person, we see each other pretty much, it's almost like our schedules coincide. Like, when I'm coming in, he's going home, and it's just funny. We just magically had that trip together. But it's just like, you have to know that you're a family. You have to know that we're there to protect each other. Like, while he was having all this stuff said to him while we were waiting on our van, my other coworker was recording it to make sure, if anything went down, the police would have a video of what happened, and the company would have a video of what happened. So just make sure you take care of each other and take care of yourself, and just be aware. People can snap at nothing, but at the end of the day, you guys just show love to each other, show support to each other, and remember that, flight attendants are providing a service with what they have within this tube. We're not provided a lot, and then we'll give you whatever we have. Some of us, not all of us, but the good ones will literally try to do everything they can to make sure you're okay and to make sure you have a memorable experience. But you have to realize that sometimes getting into these interactions with them causes horrible memorable experiences for them. So they start chipping away at the good person they are and the great flight attendant they are, because they feel like, is this going to be the moment that somebody's recording me? Is this going to be the moment somebody's going to call me a bitch? Is this going to be the moment somebody threatens my job or my life, or this, that, and other, threatens to fight me? Like, no one should ever have to look at each passenger as, are you going to be that person? Are you going to be that person? Are you going to be that person? It's just, that's kind of what happens when we get into these situations. Like I said, I kind of giggled it off, but at the end of the day, I just needed to make sure the 3 other people I worked with are good. I need to make sure my paperwork was done. I need to make sure that this man does not do this to another person with any airline. So it's just like, if you take care of each other and give each other that work love you need, then no passenger interaction will affect you to the point where you're rude to everybody. Like that next morning, we had another flight, and we're going to end up in Fort Lauderdale. And I smiled, I laughed, I interacted, I gave hugs to little old sweet people. Like that one guy can't deter me from being a good person. And people don't realize that sometimes that one person can deter you from being a good person. So just show love. It's like Southwest. Just show love. But it's just you need to show it everywhere. But that is just pretty much it, you guys, with my tales from a jump seat. Like I said, not all of them are funny. Some of them are serious. So I just want to say I love you guys so much. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, don't forget to leave them down in the description box. No, next in the comment section under the description box. But all my contact information is in the description box. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow, and stay fly. Bye!